Good morning, dear devotees, friends. Today, we'll be discussing about different type of samadhi as we promised in our last Sunday. Now, Guru Vasistha, he is teaching his disciple Sri Ramachandra about the samadhi. Now, before that, as usual, let us chant this mantra. You can repeat after me. Dikkaladi Anavachinna Ananta Chinmatra Murtae Swanubhuti Ekamanaya Nama Shantaya Tejase. I salute the Supreme Brahman, the one who is beyond all qualities, who is tranquil and beyond all limitations, who is the embodiment of infinite consciousness and can be known only through one's own experience. When we are reading the scripture, it is speaking about giving the idea about the ultimate truth, which we call as Brahman, sometimes as God. But unless and until we realize that ourselves, we will never have the complete idea. The most of the philosophers, the great orators, speakers, when they talk about that, they beautifully explain. But at the core of the heart, they don't understand that. It's not possible. So the last word that it says, that it is known only through one's own experience. When Swami Vivekananda was only a 17, 18 years young person, young boy, he got the touch of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. This is really unique. We have not heard or read anywhere in the history of religion, just by touch. He gave the highest knowledge, experience, that is, the knowledge of oneness. Those who have read the life of Swami Vivekananda, you all know, 3 days and 3 nights, he was having the all the time vision of oneness. The food, the plate, and the mother who was serving, and outside also when he was roaming, the tram that was coming, the vehicle, each and everything was nothing but the consciousness. There's a wonderful experience, and he was afraid of that. He was not enjoying that. Why? It was not earned, it was given to him. It was not his own experience, it was given to him. And after that, when it was withdrawn, after the 3 days and 3 nights, everything vanished, everything became again normal. He started seeing the dualities. Then he was thinking, oh my God, that was so wonderful. Why I was so much afraid? Then he started his own practices. And after a long, long period of time, so many years, when Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna even passed away, he went to a place in Himalaya, and there, sitting under a tree, he got that experience once again. And that he said to his brother disciple, Gangadhar Maharaj, Swami Akhandananda ji, O Ganges, today I have realized and I have experienced that which is in the whole world is within me. That experience was with him. So we have to experience it, but before that, as a map, we study the map to reach somewhere. We study geography to understand the social and the political and the economical condition of the people where we like to visit. All this, that is also is necessary. So we are studying the scripture. And this is a scripture of knowledge. And we know that holding a torch of knowledge, we are proceeding along with Guru Vasistha as a unique book. In the beginning of his journey, spiritual journey, that young Narendra, afterwards Vivekananda, he was refusing even to listen to these words. When Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, apparently a dualist, apparently a pujari and worshipper of goddess Kali, when he was insisting him, can you please read it out for me? He read and no. One should not read this book. It says that I am God. This is blasphemy. One should not think in that way. God is completely different. How ordinary person can become God? All these questions was there in the mind of Diden Vivekananda, Narendranath. So the maturity came. Then Sri Ramakrishna was a very good teacher. He said, no, not for you. Only read for me. I like to know. I can't read. So please read it out for me and explain it to me. And by that way, slowly, he started this scripture. And sitting at the feet of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. And the Guru Vasistha, now he was describing the Samadhi. Those who are regularly attending this class, you know, slowly, how the Guru is giving the teaching to the young Sri Ramachandra. He was hardly 15, 16 years. He has completed his study and came back. And in the study in those days, obviously the Veda, and Veda means the knowledge of oneness. So when he came back, he was thinking, all this world is nothing but illusory. Why should I unnecessarily spend my time over here? And I am thinking that I have to rule the country, have to become a king and all that. It's all useless because all temporary thing. So when he was thinking in that way, his father, the great king Dasaratha, he was scared and he was thinking, what will happen if my son become a monk, if he goes away? Who will look after my great property? As usually all the fathers, they think in that way. Dasaratha was also thinking. Then he requested their family, Guru Vasistha, will you please talk to Rama? And you know that story. Then they started talking. Guru Vasistha was giving him an unique idea where he will go. So if you are leaving the hearth and home and going to the jungle, is it different? Same thing. The same way, if you can have the knowledge within and then work, do your sadharma as a king, you have your administration and all that. And if you do that, then thousands of people will be happy. This is your capacity to rule. Not all can do that. We have seen how majority of the people, even getting the opportunity to rule, they can't do that and destroy the whole system, and thousands of people, they suffer. So this way the Guru was telling, and slowly we have reached to the last part of the book. And of course we are not reading the whole book. It is only the gist of it, only the knowledge part of it. And here we find the Guru is talking about the Samadhi. Guru Vasistha was describing about the Samadhi. And what is this Samadhi? The culmination of meditation. What is Samadhi? Culmination of meditation. Now this Samadhi, Dhyana, these words have become so common nowadays. Almost all over the world people, they know. It was a time when only a few, only in India, they were knowing about it. Now it is so common because of the yoga and propagation of yoga, the yoga, samadhi, meditation, these are all common words now. So what is samadhi? The samadhi is the culmination of meditation. And what is meditation? Now I will read a few lines from Swami Vivekananda. In his Raja Yoga, if you have not gone through that book, it is a wonderful book. Patanjal Yoga Darshan, in a so excellent way Vivekananda explained. And who is Vivekananda? That yogi who realized that Brahman, who realized not only by the touch of his guru, by the effort of his own, so he knew the whole path. So he explained, and very lucid English, he explained that Raja Yoga. And what is meditation? Swami Vivekananda said, the greatest help to spiritual life is meditation. The greatest help in the spiritual life. Now, what is the spiritual life? It is related to spirit, related to Atman, the consciousness. Now, what are the other things are there? All these material things. Now, what is the difference? I have only one thing to enjoy, either this world or the spiritual. So this is the problem. If there was two minds, there is no problem. With one mind we can go and enjoy meditation. With another mind we could go to the maybe McDonald's. I like that. So that's a way we are enjoying. We could, but in only one mind. If you go to McDonald's, then Ramchandra will be absent. And if you go to Rama, this you have to leave. So this is the problem. So what we should do? Choice is ours. Majority of the people, they always choose the worldly objects. Why? It is so close, so tempting, so easily approachable, and so easily we can acquire that, have that. But for the God, for the spiritual thing, it is really very difficult. Why? Because you cannot touch it, you cannot smell it, you cannot taste it, you cannot see it, and you can hear about it and very difficult to understand even. So they say in the Bhagavad Gita, so wonderfully explained, so many people have not heard about it. It is so difficult. Why? Ascharya bhakta kushalasya labdha. It needs really an experienced person who has already experienced that, then only kushalasya labdha, and one who has already developed that temperament, the mentality, so that he can understand. We are all busy with these worldly things, and now if we start thinking, oh, I will come and sit and meditate and realize the God, is it possible? That is not possible. I asked one of our great Swamiji, Swami Gambhirananda ji, the Swamiji, how to meditate? Then he said, suppose you are driving a car in a great speed, and if you give the brake, what will happen? So you cannot simply give the brake to your mind because it is very forcefully going on. So shanai shanai uparamed buddha dhriti grihitaya. Again in the Bhagavad Gita. That Sri Krishna is the great teacher, and he taught this way. Slowly, slowly you have to withdraw. First you go to a guru, take initiation, take the holy name of God, and slowly try to repeat that mantra. Most of the time you will forget. Suddenly you will remember, oh, I gave the word to the guru, I have to do the japa. Then you are doing sit for japa, and 2-3 minutes you are doing, again the mind is going somewhere else. Whole life it goes like this. And that is the way slowly, slowly you are controlling your mind. Shanai, shanai, slowly, slowly. And nowadays everything fast. And so give $100 and there is some gurus, they will take you to Samadhi, not dhyana, straight to Samadhi. And when the guru leave, where you will be left? To the mental asylum. So very cheap, $100 you have spent and you have gone to mental asylum. So one should be very careful. People talk about meditation. And what is meditation? Swamiji said, the greatest help to spiritual life. We do not depend upon any external help in meditation. We are not depending upon any external help while we are meditating. somebody will come and pat at my back, and then our kundalini is arising. All this. It is not possible. One should not do that. And some of the places, if you go, they will come and tap on your head or pat on your back, and all useless. It is all you have to do. That we do not depend upon any external help in meditation. It is in one moment in our daily life that we are not at all material. This is the moment. You have to segregate yourself. You have to detach yourself from your material life. That is the moment. So when we are sitting for meditation, very first thing, you should suggest to your mind, this is the greatest moment in my life. Oh mind, I am not taking the whole time. 24 hours is yours. But give me only a few moments. That's all. And this is the unique moment. Why? Because I am going to withdraw my mind from the whole world. That is meditation. The Swamiji, when he is explaining, this is the unique moment when you are detaching yourself from the material world. The soul thinking of the soul. The mind, soul means the mind, is thinking of the soul, thinking of the Atman, the consciousness. One soul means the mind, another soul means the consciousness. The soul thinking of the soul. And what is this mind? We all know, the students of Vedanta, it is the reflection of the consciousness. Mind, very subtle part, is the reflection of the consciousness. Now that is thinking about the original source from where the light is coming. That is called meditation. So you are withdrawing the mind from the sense objects. And what are the sense objects? Only two, name and form. So forget about name and form. Anything that is having a name and a form, forget that. Withdraw the mind and then channelize it to the consciousness. What is the consciousness? In the beginning we can think about a light, effulgent light, very wonderful light. We can look at to that light. It won't clear our eyes. That to light we are meditating. Prayers, ceremonials, and all other forms of worship are simply kindergarten of meditation. So we talk about meditation. This is Swami Vivekananda. He is mentioning these are nothing but the just ordinary schools. We go for prayer, we go for the ceremonial. Yesterday we saw in the Hindu temple so dedicated people. It is necessary, of course. And barefoot, and it is so hot outside. And I was sitting inside the car, that too, the AC. From there I was seeing they are outside in that heat, and that also they have lighted the yoga fire and pouring the ghee so that more fire, and they are sitting over there and doing. Why? To please the God Sri Ramachandra. Bless us. That is the. And then they are walking barefoot. The ladies, the girls, and the people, they are all. So much they do. Why? For the blessings of God. And what is the blessings of God? Peace, happiness, joy. And how you can get it? Instead of all those, if you practice meditation. So the Ramachandra, he is learning from his guru, not meditation, but samadhi. What is that samadhi? You have to continuously have to meditate, and you will reach to that. The practitioner of knowledge path do not practice meditation, of course. What do? Those who are following the path of knowledge, they don't practice meditation. Why? Because who will meditate? Their problem is, I am not the body, I am not this mind, I am not these. So when we say, I am meditating, that is the problem. So they cannot do that. What do? We will come to that afterwards. The Guru will be telling. They only go on thinking, pondering. that I am not these. They are withdrawing their mind, of course. In the beginning, all practices are the same. Then afterwards, realizations are different. So in the beginning, we all go to the primary school, we learn the same thing, all alphabets, we are all learning same type of thing. Then slowly, someone becomes the engineer, someone doctor, someone scientist, someone administrator, accountant, so many varieties. But the basic thing that we have to learn, how to control the mind. That is for everyone. Whether the karma yogi, or the dhyana yogi, or the jnana yogi, or the bhakta, all you have to learn that. So it says, then what the followers of knowledge path should do, Guru Vasistha is mentioning. So ayam chinmatram ebeti chintanam. So ayam chinmatra. Chit means the knowledge. Chit means the jnana. Matra, I am only that knowledge. What is that knowledge? Knowledge of one. Knowledge of oneness. When we are saying or hearing, it's difficult for us even intellectually to understand that oneness. There is no two at all, only one. And when we think of only one, is this the sky? No. If we think about the sky, then the ocean is there, the vast field is there, horizon is there, so many. No, it cannot be. The space, the air, then what? So by that, if we continuously go on, and slowly we will reach to a place where there is nothing but that is the substance. As Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gave the example of, if you are peeling an onion, this is very peculiar. If you go on peeling the onion, in the center there is nothing. First it will be gross, it is so easy to peel, slowly, and it is very difficult to peel even that, very soft. But even if you can segregate that, separate that, you will find what? Nothing. But that is something. That is the source from where again another onion will grow. The plant will grow. The same way when we are telling, I am not this body. Annamaya, Manomaya, Pranamaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya Kosha, even the Anandamaya, even I am having the wonderful joy. You know, most of the people, they stop over there. Though very few can reach over there, but still after reaching over there, they get a great joy. And constantly flow of God, the name of God. When you are sleeping, the japa is going on. Then the people are coming and you are talking with them about God. You are worshipping God. The constant flow of joy. And people think that is the ultimate, that is the end. Wrong again. And it is so attractive that, we are all pursuing for joy. If we get happiness, joy in the world, we don't think about God. And because we are getting all joy over here, so many good friends are there in the morning, they are all calling, hey, can you please come? Let us have the breakfast, and someone come and have the lunch, and so many people. So we are all happy. Who will think about God? When there is no one, then only think about God. That's why the mother of the Pandavas, the great Queen Kunti, he requested the God, Krishna, you have saved us from all difficulties. Thank you. But at least give some of the difficulties, otherwise we will forget you. So give us some difficulties, otherwise we will forget. It's true. When we are in difficulty, we think about God. And when there is no difficulty, who will think of God? The one couple came, they were having some trouble, and both of them became so devoted. I thought, let you become again friendly and don't separate yourself, give time and slowly. Then they used to come, and most of the time they will be in my office. But anyway, slowly, once again they became all right. Once they became all right, they never came. Only recently they visited can you recognize us? It is difficult to recognize. I told, it's good that I am not recognizing you, but be happy. So whatever happiness they want, let them be happy. People are like that. A little happiness, we are happy. Spiritual life also like that. When people start accepting me, coming and touching my feet, Swamiji, please keep your hand on my head and bless me, bless that. Slowly, slowly they start thinking, oh, I am so happy. They forget God. They start thinking about themselves. And immediately some of the people will come all around and they will also go on fanning. And that is the greatest danger for spiritual path. When you will have some people constantly going on praising you, greatest problem, great problem. That's why one should be very, very careful. So aham chinmatra ebeti chintanam dhyanam muchyate. The Guru Vasistha said, we have already touched that point and we said that so means that aham, I am, chit matram, that I am that consciousness, that continuously that flow in the mind is there, and that is called dhyana. Continuous flow, I am the consciousness, I am the consciousness. They forget the body, they forget the mind, they forget all around. So continuously think of, I am the consciousness. Not that they won't be talking, they'll be talking with you, all normal, they'll be coming and visiting, everything. But as usually I always say, and I also practice, and I have seen many of the monks, they will be continuously going on taking the name of God. That's called mantra japa. They constantly, we also say to the devotees, they go on taking the name of God, mantra japa. While you are driving, you are thinking so many things. Instead, go on repeating the mantra. You need not to meditate, just repeat the mantra. That mantra will help you. It has a power. We don't understand that. Sometimes the doctor, they will see, oh, it is a 500 milligram. You better take 250. Then if it is not active, then 500, then 1000. But the same small the pills, but the doctors, they understand that is having the power of this much and it will be sufficient for you. So the Guru also gives the same mantra, that this much is sufficient for you. Go on repeating. And when the doctors say, you take this 500 milligram a day, and he said, 500, this little, let me take 5. So it will be, effect will be quickly. Then again the doctor will have to visit. And after taking that, another problem will come, again the doctor will come, and all this problem comes. Why? Because we are not believing the doctors. They are qualified people. They know what has happened and how much effect is necessary. Same way the Guru knows how much effect is necessary. This much will be sufficient. And go on repeating. Increase the repetition. The doctors increase that medicine from 500 to 1000, like that it goes. But the Guru will say, increase the number of your japa. Then the mother will say, can you repeat the mantra 15,000 times? Then all your mind will be calm, for sure. Raja Maharaj, that first president of the Ramakrishna order, he said 20,000 times regularly, take the name of God and come and tell me whether your mind is calm or not. How the mind will become calm? Because it will be detached from the worldly objects. Automatically it will be calm. All the desires will dying slowly. And 20,000 when you are doing it, it will take 4 to 5 hours. And after that, the effect will be always in your mind. And the wonderful feeling. But as I was telling, that is only one step. We should not stop that. Here the Guru is telling, so I am chinmatra eveti chintanam, constantly. And then it says, dhyanasat vismritihi samyak samadhi. What is this vismriti? Vismriti means uninterrupted. when the dhyana will be uninterrupted, the meditation is continuously then called samadhi. And this samadhi slowly will take you to liberation. Unless and until we have the samadhi according to the path of yoga and also the path of knowledge, they are insisting that you should completely withdraw the mind and your mind should be kept on one flow. Then it is possible, otherwise not. Because this is the mind which is taking us to the world. And this is the mind is taking us to God. And when standing in between the world and the God, we think, this world, I came so many times in different forms. The Hindus, they believe. So many lives we came over here in different forms. And then, now, I have the opportunity to go to God, the source. Why not go over there? That is called mumukshuta in Sanskrit. That is the way one starts thinking about God, about the mukti. Mukti from where? Again and again and again, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. So many varieties, so many times. And this is so dangerous. Of course, if you look at the children, you find, oh, they're good. But the children is not only remaining children. They will grow up and there will be so many other problems, then they will become old. And so then ultimately when they are dying, and the death is terrible experience. Death is a terrible experience. Again, when the people are dying, they will say, oh God, no, this is sufficient. No more. But after the death, when they give up that body and they are free, and after some time, they'll start thinking, oh, I was good. Why not? Again the birth. So desire will drag you down. So what is actually the weight that is bringing us down? Desire. And that desire, where it is remaining? In the mind. The mind means in the samskara. How the desire comes? Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is saying, when we see something, when we hear about something, the desire comes. Now some people will say, talk about the heaven. Oh, if you go to heaven, all beautiful flower gardens and beautiful river, you can swim over there, food is all free, anywhere you can go and eat. And there is all joy, joy and joy. And people start thinking about the heaven. And when they are in that condition, some people utilize these people for their own political benefit or whatever. They will ask, you go and kill those innocent people, and immediately you will go to heaven. And these people, without any thinking, they are thinking, yes, if I go and kill these innocent people, I will straight away go to heaven. Afterwards, they should come back, at least in the form of a ghost, and tell that who inspired him, that at least I should take you along with me, or we should take you along with us. Where they are going? What that enjoyment? What is that heaven? By killing people you are going to heaven? Can that be? That's why the Hindus, they always say, use your brain, use your brain. If the Veda, the greatest book of the Hindu, on the basis of which all Hinduism, even if the Veda says the milk is black, don't believe it. That Hindu says. Even the Guru says something, if it is not practical, don't follow that. It is the Hindu, they say. So you have to use your own brain. That is the jnana path, the knowledge path. They always say that I have to use my consciousness constantly. And when that continuous consciousness is going on, that is called samadhi. Yoga, according to Patanjali Rishi, so what is this? They say yoga, chitta vritti nirodha. I am not quoting from the knowledge, I am quoting from the yoga. According to yoga, they say Chitta Vritti Nirodha, the best definition of the yoga. What is the chitta? All impressions, so many impressions. When we are growing up as a child, as a baby, we can't remember the face of a uncle or auntie, a friend and our neighbors. They are afraid. Then the mother again and again introduced the baby. Oh, this is your uncle. He came, he gave you the candy. Then slowly impression comes. There's some children, they come over here. In the beginning, they're afraid of me. Then I'll be giving them the candies first time, second time, third time. And the fourth time, they themselves will open the gate and come, give me candy. So that means the impression is already imprinted in their memory. And this is a good man, and if I go, I will get a candy. Where from that child learn? Impression. And this impression we call samskara in Sanskrit. Samskara, impression. It is all there. Right from the childhood we are growing up, so many varieties of impressions. You are a scientist. Your impressions are about the science. Another is a doctor. His impressions about all medicine and medical sciences. And the person who is a singer, he knows the notes, but not the medicine. Same intellect, but the impression was not there. So these are the differences. So what is yoga? One type of impression. What is knowledge? Another type of impression. So this is a yoga chitta vritti nirodha. The chitta means the repository. It is not the mind. It is the storehouse of the mind, where all our impressions are stored there. Sometimes it gets confused. Then we go to doctor because I am forgetting. I can recognize my own mother, own father, friend. Even I forget my own house. Sometimes people have that, and that is dangerous. Apparently so normal. And they are walking, but they have forgotten who are they and where they will go. That is the dangerous thing. But it happened. Doctors know. So many people are suffering in that. So that one, the storehouse, is locked. And we have lost the key of that storehouse. We cannot remember. So that is the reason they say you have to constantly go on thinking about, and so that your mind is active. The chitta vritti nirodha, but here they say, stop that. Stop that, the flow, and a flow of all these things. And if you can stop that with the help of something, not with just you are forgetting. No, not like that. So one can do that by taking the help of different objects. This is the yoga will suggest. Stop the flow of your thought. And doctors will say, oh no, if you are stopping, then you will forget. This will be terrible. You have to go on thinking in this way, that way. They give so many exercises to keep the brain active. And they will also give, the yoga, they will also give. This is stop the flow. And how? He says, you can meditate on God. Ishvara pranidhana ba. Ishvara pranidhana. So what is the Ishvara? Again, they will give an a definition of the Ishvara. The Ishvara of the yogis are different. So that is a very peculiar, it's called a philosophical thing. I am not entering into that. Different type of definition of the same God. So we always think about the duality. God is sitting over there. He is compassionate. He is all powerful, all merciful. Even if I come first time and say, I don't know you, but you know me. Being a God, you know me. And this is the first time I am seeing you. I heard that you are compassionate. I am suffering. Can you please help me? We can always say that. You won't say, hey, I never saw you. You never offered any sweet to me or the fruits, what you have brought for me. He will never ask that. Whether you bring anything or not, he wants your genuine prayer. Immediately flow will come. Why? Because it is you. You are asking yourself. The God sitting over there in that form is no one but me in that form. And I am asking myself. So this is the way it goes. It says, Ishvara pranidhanat bha. You can meditate, stop the flow of your thought with the help of God. Or thinking of an effulgent light. Swami Vivekananda said, as because he was giving the talk in the Europe, and Europeans, if you say meditate on Lord Buddha, meditate on Lord Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, they say, why not say Jesus, why not these, why not the hundreds, and so many they will be there. So he said, you better meditate on the light, effulgent light. Slowly, slowly when you are meditating, withdraw the mind and see that there is a light within your heart. And within that light, within the circle of the light, there is another effulgent light. Concentrate on that. So it says, the yoga says, you can meditate with the help of effulgent light. In Sanskrit it says, Bishokava Jyotishmati. Bishoka. Bi means you're away from all the suffering. All your suffering will vanish. When Jyotishmati, you can concentrate on that. Sometimes I tried that. So when I go to the dentist, that is a dangerous place, then they will ask you to lie down, and then the heavy light will come on you, and so difficult to look. Then what you will do? And a very sensitive part, the teeth and all, they will be touching and doing this and that. And they brought an injection. Where you are going to apply? Here? No. On the gum. Oh my God. But anyway, what to do? Once you go to doctor, you have to be, you are surrendering. So they were doing all that. Then I remembered. Why not remember God? Vishokava Jatishmati. You go beyond all suffering. Shoka. Shoka means suffering. Bishoka. Negative. No suffering. If you think of the effulgent light, I started thinking of effulgent light. Already the light was there, glaring light. Then I closed my eyes, started meditating. Then they were pushing me. Swamiji, is it okay? Now it is over. I thought, thank you. So this really effect that you can practice that. When you go to the dentist, I don't say that you should. But if you, then you can practice that. Vishokava Jatishmati. It's really possible. If you are thinking on that effulgent light, slowly forgetting where you are, where is your body, what is happening, everything is that way possible. Then you can meditate with the help of a holy person. Bita raga vishayam vachittam. That is 37th verse of the yoga, the Patanjali Yoga Darshan. If you can meditate on a holy person, and who will be the holiest? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. You can meditate, because what is the holiness? Love and unselfishness. Holiness doesn't mean that the light is coming out, or he can float on the air, or he can feed the people without anything, or the ashes are coming from the heaven. It's not like that. It is only that his mind is completely free from any desire. No selfishness, and naturally full of love, and love for each and every one. So that if we are meditating, you get the benefit of the meditation. And also it says, Yatha Abhimata Dhyanam. Another way, either all this or whatever object you like to meditate, you meditate. When the Master Mahashaya came to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and his mind was turmoil, and he was thinking what to do, then in conversation Sri Ramakrishna heard, he had a great respect for his own mother. Most of the people, they respect the mother. There's a great respect for his own mother. Then the Sri Ramakrishna told, why don't you meditate on your mother? You don't love God. You don't have faith on any image of God. Why don't you meditate on your mother? See, this is the Hinduism. Hinduism is never close and only one coat that you must have to fit it. Not like that. You can meditate on God. You can meditate on the effulgent light. You can meditate on your guru. You can meditate on your mother also. And why mother? One person came and told you, asked me to meditate. But whenever I close my eyes, I see my nephew. I love that little boy so much. I cannot forget. Then Sri Ramakrishna told, why don't you think your nephew as a baby Krishna and meditate on him? The baby Krishna. Why? Because if you think as a human child, then only attachment will be there, but no devotion. And if you think that in the Sri Krishna in the form of my nephew, that's completely different. So that will be the devotion will come, no attachment. So he was teaching in this way, as the yoga said, Yatha Abhimata Dhyanadva. How can I meditate? Most of the people they say, think whatever you choose, you like. But don't choose the doggies or the other things, because that won't give you the best result. Whatever you are thinking, the result will come on you. But if you are thinking about God, the holiness will come. If you are concentrating your mind on something else, that effect will also come. Most of the boys, young boys, they think in our country, the football is a very common game. The soccer, as they say over here. And when they are young, they will be meditating on some of the great players. Day and night they will be meditating. They like to be like that. Sometimes here also they will cut in their fashion. So this is the way all it goes. They are meditating. What the effect? They will become like that. And some is a great, very famous cinema actor or actresses. They will follow them, meditating on them. They will become, behavior will also become like that. But if you are meditating on God, your behavior will be divine. On whom you are meditating, the effect will come on you. That's why any object you can take, you like. But the result you have to count. That's why they suggested either Ishvara or the effulgent light or the pure heart, monk or the avatar or whatever. Then whatever may be the process, uninterrupted meditation is called the Samadhi. We were discussing about the Samadhi. Dhyanasya abrismiti Samyak Samadhi avidiyate. Dhyanasya, that means meditation, of abhismriti, uninterrupted, that is called Samyak Samadhi. That is the total Samadhi. Now we will read out at the mention some of the Samadhis. The Samyak Samadhi, that is over, no. So they go deeper and deeper. It says, Sa Vitarka Samadhi. Sa Vitarka. The mantra japa and meditating the deity of that mantra, then becoming one with that. Mostly we suggest that to our disciples. You go on taking the name of the mantra. Mantra is the name of a God, and slowly, slowly you are meditating on that God and merging with that. That is called Savitarka Samadhi. What is Samadhi? Uninterrupted meditation. And what you are meditating? Your own Ishta Devata. Again, there's a Sanskrit word, it's called Ishta. Ishta means chosen. There are so many gods and goddesses. I have chosen this particular God. I am not hating or complaining, but I like this particular form. So that is called Ishta Devata, as Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna giving a very wonderful example. When a lady is married and goes to the in-laws' house, there are the young brothers of the husband, elder brothers of the husband, the uncle, the father, so many relatives, particularly in India, joint family, so many. Now that young lady is going and touching the feet of the senior one, then talking with the junior people, and behaving, so everyone in a different way. But her relation with her husband, completely different. Why? She knows that I am in this because of this particular person, because of this man. So Ishta Devata is just like that. I have chosen my God among the so many gods and goddesses. And this is my Ishta Devata. But I am not hating others. I go to touch and feed the Ganesha, and then Kartikeya, then this god, that god, no problem. But when I look at Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, that is my love. That is my relation. Because of him only I could enter into the realm of spirituality. That is called Ishta Devata. And when you are meditating on that particular God and taking his holy name and slowly merging into that form, it's called Vitarka Samadhi. Then Nirvitarka. When there is a Sa, there is a Ni. Sa means with. What is with? Form, name and form. And next step, without form. What is Sri Ramakrishna? Is love and unselfishness. Whenever the people they come for initiation, I always tell, why you are taking the initiation? You are accepting an ideology. Initiation doesn't mean the different varieties of things that you have to do. People are afraid. If I take the initiation, shall I have to leave my family? Not at all. So like that, some peculiar ideas are there. Not at all. What is the initiation? Initiation means accepting an ideology. And what is the ideology? Love and unselfishness. Pure love and complete unselfishness. That is Sri Ramakrishna. So when we are meditating on that image and go into deep, that's called Vitarka Samadhi. And then another step will be only love and unselfishness. You feel for everyone. Whoever is suffering, wherever, maybe they don't belong to your caste, your group, your religion, your language, it doesn't matter at all. You feel for them. That is called Nirvitarka Samadhi. Same way, Vichara. You have to remember all these names. The first is that we are Samyak Samadhi, that the Guru Vasistha said. Now, we are taking all these names from the Guru Vasistha and also with the help of the Patanjali Yogodarshan. Savitarka, Nirvitarka. Vitarka, Sa and B. Then Vichara and Nirvichara. Samadhi with discrimination. Vichara means discrimination. I am not this, I am not this, I am not this, you are doing that, and you reaching to some place, and it's called Nirvichara. The subtle condition when you are reaching there. A Nirvichara Samadhi, Samadhi, the constant meditation without any vichara, because you become that. When I am meditating, and I am meditating on this particular object, and I am not trying to think other things, vichara is going on. I should not think of this, I should not think of that, vichara is going on. And then slowly your mind becomes one-pointed. That is called vichara. Vichara means discrimination, analysis. But nirvichara, you just merged in that. There is no other thing, because you become like that. Again, it comes Sabija Samadhi, Nirvija Samadhi. Sa means plus, and Ni means no, negative. So first is Vitarka, Nirvitarka. Vichara, Nirvichara. Bija, Bija means seed. You are keeping a seed so that you come back. When you are meditating and slowly merging into that, but you are leaving a seed in the mind, and you are coming back again. That is called Sabija, then Nirbija. So I have listed this to it will become easy for you. Another is Sampragyata and Asampragyata. I can understand all the Sanskrit name is so difficult, but it's a continuous flow of the same thought, meditation. Uninterrupted meditation, Samadhi. And in the Samadhi, it's called Samyak Samadhi, that is the complete Samadhi, the Samyak Samadhi. Then Sabija, Nirbija, Sabikalpa, Nirvikalpa, Sampragyata, Asampragyata, Sabitarka, Nirvitarka. It goes on. Today, we were supposed to discuss about the Samadhi and so many Samadhis. Now, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna added another Samadhi. And that happens to us most of the time. When we are thinking of someone we love, we forget all around us. That is also Samadhi. Sometimes when we are thinking someone whom we love, then we forget everything. And that is also Samadhi. Sri Ramakrishna said, Unmana Samadhi. Man means the mind. When the mind is becoming negative, there is no mind. The whole mind is thinking of something else. Sometimes the grandmothers and grandparents will be thinking not their children, the grandchildren. Because the children now, that love has gone, because they have grown up. Now the grandchildren, they are coming, and that memory, sometimes you will find the elderly people sitting on their veranda and quietly looking at the sky. It's a very serene, beautiful picture. Do you think they are not thinking? They are thinking. They are constantly thinking. What they are thinking, the best memories they are thinking. And in that they are lost. If you go and say, sir, what you are doing, they won't listen because they are lost. Samadhi. This is also Samadhi. When you are lost in your thought and forgetting all surroundings, called Samadhi, and Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, this is a Unmana Samadhi. The mind become Un means negative, completely absorbed into that. Thank you, friends. These are all different type of Samadhis. Now, of course, many of you may be advanced stage of spiritual life. You can think of Samadhi. But at least, as a spiritual life, we should not forget to pray to God. And the prayer is really, really very powerful. Believe it. When you are looking at the picture and you are praying, you are thinking to a picture I am talking? And this is absurd. No, it is not. It's truly wonderful. So when you are praying to that particular picture or an image, you are not looking at the picture or an image, you are looking at the God. And the God is full of love, compassion, and He is all powerful, all merciful. So whatever, go on praying. This is the first step. And secondly, if you have taken the initiation, go on taking the name of that mantra. Don't forget that. Constantly you should remember that. Constantly. And if we can do that, then the effect will come afterwards. And that effect will give you a wonderful protection when there will be challenges, when there will be difficulties, the problems. You will find that all are there, but nothing is touching you. You will be completely safe because of that holy name. Believe it. It's not I am telling. It's so many, all the great souls, after their experiences, they said the same thing. Taking the name of the holy God or goddess, the mantra that you have received, and prayer to that God or goddess. This gives us a beautiful, we can say, the footing. On that we can meditate and Samadhi will come automatically. Thank you.
Was a two-part question. Sinwal Garu is asking, How to increase willpower to repeat the name of God. Part 2. Sharada Ma said to chant the name of God 15,000 times a day. Is it possible?
How many times? 20,000.
15,000.
50. Mother used to do 1 lakh. So that means 50 is only half. But actually she said, if you can chant 10,000 times every day, your mind will be purified. And the mantra, as we chant and we give, if you are taking, we have seen that it takes 20 minutes to complete 1,000. And very comfortably you can practice that. 20 minutes, 1,000. That means in 1 hour, 3,000. And in that way, if you are in the morning 1 hour, then before the noon you are 1 hour, then in the noon 1 hour, evening 1 hour, you can complete it. So if you have time, if not, that 1 hour will be sufficient. Even you can break that 1 hour into 2 parts, in the morning and evening. That will also be sufficient. And I will tell you, if you have faith, just 108 times will be sufficient. But with faith, if we can. So that is the way, there's a Bengali song is there. Dak dekhi mon dakar moto, kemon shama thakte pare. If we can, mantra chanting means what? We are calling that blessings. And if we can truly call, then there will be no problem. So it is possible. Thank you.
Devashi Babu is asking how to understand that praying to God on a continuous manner will give positive result. How to understand that praying to God on a continuous manner will give positive result.
Oh, positive result. You will get the result.
How to understand?
And you will get the result and it will be positive. you will get the result. I was driving, one of our devotee, he was driving, of course. I was sitting, and that was the first time in America I experienced the snow blizzard. Oh my God, it was so difficult. Narrow path, so much of snow accumulated, there was no cleaning, all the cars and the vehicles are going. So somehow we were following. We calculated that's a big vehicle when it is going, it is better to follow the big vehicle because it is going and making the path that we were following in that way. It was so much snow. And he was driving, he was careful, and I told him, we go on repeating the name of God. While you are driving, do that also. With all your capacity, take the help of God. And I was also praying to God. Oh God, please help me, help me. Then we came back very safe, there was no problem. Can you not think that this is the result of the prayer? Because the car we were following, it actually slipped and went in the side. Luckily, it didn't fall, but it went skidded to that side. Maybe that he was not praying. But we prayed. But one thing I will tell you, whether you believe it or not, the 4 Swamis, after having the sannyasa, we went to visit the holy places in India. We went to a place that is very difficult. When we were coming down, 11 the miles you have to walk, and that is also narrow path, and it's very difficult. The moment we started, it started raining, and you can imagine in the Himalayan region when it is raining, it is so difficult. And we were saving our money. Of course, we were not having money, so we were not having the umbrella. So somehow someone gave some plastics and all that. We are trying to cover that. It is so difficult to put on the plastic and to look that slippery path. Then sometimes the horses will go by the side, the people using the horse. So the rich people, they sit on the horse and go, and the horse will go and give you a push. This is really, really challenging. You know what happened? I am a believer. So I immediately prayed to Thakur. So I will go on continuously chanting your name, singing the bhajan, if you stop the rain. I started chanting. As because I was going on singing, you can imagine the song at the same time, managing your luggage and also the steps. So I was slow, and my other three friends, they were little in the fast they were going. But I was going on singing. As long as I sang, there was no rain. And then we stopped in a small tea shop, and those who have visited, there will be just mixture to some small tea shops. We sat over there and the hot cup of tea, and then I forgot to chant because it was all sunny day. And after some time again suddenly it started raining. I remember. Then I started chanting. Will you believe? The moment I started singing, it stopped. And I was gasping because it's so difficult. Then I requested my friends, the other monks also, why don't you join? We sing, then there will be sun. They didn't believe. They told all this nonsense, this is nothing. Because in the Himalaya region, always it happens. Sometimes there will be rain, sometimes will be. And they asked me to stop. You stop, let us see. I stopped, started walking, rain came. And again, 4 of us, we were chanting, and it stopped. Ultimately, when we reached to that guest house, that was the religious order, they were having that guest house. Almost we can see the door. Then say, let us see what happened. We stopped chanting. I said, we are not going to chant. Let us see what happened. You know what happened? It started not only raining, but the stones started falling. It was so hard. Somehow we could reach. You can say that it is all just imagination. Then I talked to one of our senior Swamiji. I told Swamiji, do you believe or do you think this is the effect of prayer? He looked at me and very quietly said, still having doubt? It's true. The prayer is truly saved. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Let us complete. Okay, please.
What is you said about every time be and be for negativity. And what about Ashoka?
That is also isn't it? Here in the Yoga Sutra, they are giving in that way. Also is like that. Is also negative.
You said you can like Guru. Usually they say Guru, you have to listen to your Guru, and you say if you don't believe or if you don't, you don't have to listen to your Guru all the time. All the time.
In Sanskrit, they always say when we were taking, the Guru said, Yatha Satyam Yatishe. The Guru knew that it is not possible to maintain each and every instruction. So when all the instructions were given, then he said, you say before God, oh God, I will try my best. So that is the way, at least you are keeping the way, I will try my best. In Sanskrit, Yatha Satyam Yatishe. Yatisha means I will try. As best as possible, I will try as maximum possible. That also saves him.
One last question. Shumana Ghosh is asking, how can we remember God always in every moment without any phenomena happening in our life?
No, see, that is the first is you have to have the faith that there is God. You have to believe that there is a God. And if you like to convince yourself, look at the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shankaracharya, and so many galaxies of the wonderful character. So why they were there? They didn't ask anything from us. They didn't ask money. They didn't ask the vote. They didn't ask the support. Nothing they wanted. They only said, if you want peace, please follow this. So that way we can believe the God is there. And when you believe the God is there, and when you are praying, how you will pray? go on constantly taking the name of God. Or, if you have not taken the initiation, what you can do, you can just chat with God. As you are chatting with your friend, as you are talking to your someone very close, just go on. You need not to chat loudly. The people may think, oh, he has gone mad, so she has gone mad. Rather, mentally. God, what happened today? Today this happened, that happened, this is going to happen. I am going to give an interview. I am really scared. As you are talking to you, just tell it to God. See the effect will come. This is not me, because these are realized souls they are telling. Ma Sharadamani and all others. If you pray to God, God will listen to you. But only thing, you have to have a faith. Even with the person who is not having faith, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, one person came and told, I don't believe in God, and you are asking to pray. Whom I will pray? You know what was his advice? He said, tell, oh God, I don't believe you. Suppose you are there, listen to my prayer. That will also do. Thank you. Come, let us say Shanti 3 times. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Tat Sat. Friends, I should really thank you that it was raining when you all people came. I never expected so many of you will be able to come. That means you have the really love for this discussion because you like it. May God bless you. That is my prayer. And as because we were taking the name of God, we'll see the sun has come.